I mean, they're just, as much as I understand there was frustrations with Michael Duff, and perhaps they weren't. Well, they were. There's no perhaps they weren't as good as they should have been. They're much worse now with John Worthington, who isn't doesn't seem to be able to sort of get them ticking. And the thing that stands out for me most, of course, I saw Joe Taylor a lot at Lincoln last year, and we spoke about it last week. And not to sort of tread on ground we've already trod on, but he got hooked off at half time in this game. I mean, he's like sort of they bought a Ferrari and asked him to off road, isn't it? It's just sort of you don't buy a player who fits one mould and then get him to do something else. If you're spending 2-3 million on a footballer, you build it around him. You don't buy a striker who plays up, like in the channels, making runs in behind and just lump the ball up to him, trying to make him sort of play off second. It's ridiculous. It's really stupid, and that is one of the real reasons for me that it just isn't working, because they're not playing to their strengths. It's about accentuating, not that I can say the word, but sort of promoting the strengths and hiding the weaknesses. And instead, they're sort of doing the opposite. We're playing this style of football. It doesn't fit who they've got up top. And I mean, I think that's sort of my piece on Huddersfield. It's really annoying for me having to see Joe Taylor last season and how good he was, and to see him underutilised it was frustrating when they played against Lincoln, but it's not stopping, is it? And you've got to feel sorry for Huddersfield fans, because I mean, when they played against Lincoln, they were booed off half time, full time. It was, so you're not fit to wear the shirt and all that sort of chanting after the game, and you can see why, because
Yeah.
they're just nowhere near as good as they should be, and the playoffs is looking a stretch too far for them now.
Yeah, and I think we saw similar chanting in the stands at Burton as well at half time. They were 2-0 down at half time, and then full time was 3-0. And I think both of sort of the referee's whistle was met by boos from the travelling fans from Huddersfield. Yeah, so really disappointing time. I guess in terms of league position, that drops Huddersfield all the way down to 9th and 5 points off the playoffs. Is that them out?
Yeah, I think so, because I think that not so much that there's the points, it's the fact that there's teams in that gap above them who are more likely to be picking up victories. They're playing such poor football. Obviously, they're not out until it's mathematical, and
Yeah.
they could scrape a few results. Wickham, we talked about earlier, haven't been playing well, but have been scraping results. And Huddersfield need to find that. They don't need to play amazing football. They just need to win games. And